Hey guys, today I'm bringing you along my week, so my cleaning routine, my cleaning schedule, my workout schedule, my meals. You're just joining me for a week, and I'm going to show you how I attempt and try my best to get as much as I can done. So let's get ready and let's do this together. Hey guys, welcome to Jamie's Journey. So in today's video, I wanted to bring you along my week as I plan out my week, as I work out, as I eat, and kind of share all of that with you, kind of just have you be a friend. You're joining me throughout the week, and I'll show you how I kind of attempt to be as productive as I can. So on Sunday, I always get in a good workout in, and then I sit down and I plan out my week. I just look at what do we have going on? How's Mike's work schedule look? What does it look like? What do the kids have going on? Mike coaches a lot of their activities, so I'm like, okay, what time is practice this day? We just kind of like talk about everything and writing it all down. I actually have two planners. I have a digital one here, so I actually downloaded this from Etsy. So if you go on Etsy, there's a lot of digital planners. So I downloaded this from Etsy, and then Mike and I also will sit down and have a chat, and we'll look at our family calendar that's on our Skylight calendar that syncs with his work schedule. So we'll sit down and kind of talk about like what meetings, like that was one of his meetings that he has going on this week. And then I also have a paper calendar that I kind of keep as like a backup. So I'm a list maker. I like writing things down, but I also like having things digitally as well. As you can see, I like to plan, and that is the number one tip that I think that if I plan everything out, plan out my workouts, my meals, my cleaning, and all of that, and that's what keeps me productive. It keeps me accountable, and it's just the key piece to me being productive. So this was Sunday. Like I said, I got my workout in, and I'm just going to tell you guys, I think the best workout, if you don't have a current workout routine at all, or you're not very consistent, that will be the key, is just do something. Stay consistent. I think that if you want to get in more workouts in a week, just focus on being consistent. Pick your days, pick the days that make the most sense for you, and just get it done. Don't worry about it being the perfect workout right now. Just do something where you're moving your body. Maybe it's a 15-minute walk. Maybe it's a 10-minute jog. Maybe you find a workout on YouTube or on Instagram. There's so many great programs out there, and especially if you're new to a workout, you may want to start out and get something free before you commit to like maybe a program at home where you have to pay, or to a gym. There's so many different options that work for different people. So just because like one app or one program works for one person, it may not work for another person for a variety of reasons. So number one tip, if you want to start working out more, is just plan it out and stay consistent, and try a bunch of different programs. Find something that works for you. So right now I've been doing a lot of at-home workouts on, there's a girl on YouTube, her name is Caroline Gervin, and I do a lot of strength training workouts with her. That's where I have, like, I'll do it here in my bedroom. We're finalizing our workout area in the basement, so that should be coming up here in the next couple of weeks. So I have my little chair where I'll do Bulgarian split squats. I have my little weights in there. I also run outside or on the treadmill. But yeah, just find something that you really enjoy doing. Test it all out. So as I'm sharing my, this week's cleaning routine and what we're doing throughout the week, I do want to say that every week does look different for us. So like for one particular week, maybe we're not as busy. Practices and games for the girls are all on different days. So it's not like it's consistently, okay, every Monday night is softball practice. Right now, softball practice can be any night of the week, essentially. So our weeks always look a little bit different. So this Sunday, the house wasn't too messy, and the goal for Sunday is to go grocery shopping if I can, do some meal prep, and just try to set my week up to be as successful as possible. This doesn't always happen because sometimes we have outside engagements, whether it's something for the kids or family or friends or other things going on, that I don't have this dedicated time on Sunday. So I try not to put too much pressure on myself to make Sunday this big day, this big productive day, because sometimes I don't always want to be productive on a Sunday, and sometimes I can't. So every week is a little bit different, but here I'm meal prepping our favorite overnight oats recipe. It's like cake batter or birthday cake overnight oats. I'll have the recipe linked in the description, but we've tried so many different recipes which we all like, but me and the girls, this is our go-to every single week. This is the one we like the most, at least when I make it. So I will have the recipe linked down below, but these are really good. I like eating these on the days that I work out in the morning. I don't work out every morning before the day gets going, but when I do, this is one of my favorite breakfasts. So I want to apologize if you can hear the girls in the background. I'm actually filming this voiceover on the weekends, and typically I don't do a lot of editing or voiceovers on the weekends anymore. I used to do a lot of filming and editing and all of that on the nights or weekends just because that's when I had more of the free time. And so now I try to get it done during the week when the kids go to bed, and not as much on the weekends just because we're typically busier and we're just trying to spend, that quality time as a family. But we have like a really low-key weekend this weekend. We don't have any activities, which I can't tell you the last time that's happened. We're kind of in a lull period before April really ramps up and we have a lot more going on. And Mike is out in the garage doing some work, so he's getting some things done. I was like, oh, I'll go film those voiceovers, and the girls are doing a concert. They're doing a Taylor Swift concert in the hallway and in Avery's room, so you might be able to hear that. But something that I, kind of want to talk about is in this video, it's about, routines and being productive, and not every week looks like this. I strive to be productive, to, keep my routines because that's when I'm at my best self, but real life means I'm not always on my routines. I always don't go to bed as early as I want or wake up as early as I would like. So I just look at every single week as a new week. I try my best, but I do also have to let things go. My house doesn't always look the way that I want it to. So just so you know, even though you can strive and there's these ideal routines and productivity tips, it doesn't happen every single week for me. And sometimes you just gotta say, it's okay. I'll let it go this week.
I've been stuck in the past for too long. About you, I was wrong. I got myself wanting you, even though I never felt like you are the one. I like to go back in time and just tell myself, don't defend yourself, his heart is weak. Tried to break my patterns of old, even though it is all that I know. To get burned in your heart like a fool. Tough skin, but I'm weak within. I thought you were stealing my heart away. I just couldn't stand.
So speaking of what I was just talking about, so here it was Monday and I was cleaning and washing our produce, and I wanted to get them all packaged so they were ready to go. The girls are more likely to just grab a container of strawberries or cucumbers or carrots or whatever we have if they're nice and prepped and ready to go, ready to eat. But this is something that I don't always do. I do not do this consistently every single week. I want to. It makes my life a lot easier when I do it, but depending on when we can actually get our groceries, it doesn't always happen. So, if we get our groceries maybe on a Saturday, but then we're rushing out to go do something else, or most of the time I try to do groceries on a Sunday, but sometimes it has to happen on a Sunday, sometimes it happens on a Monday, and for whatever reason, it doesn't always happen. So, I do feel a little bit more on my game when I do it, so I will wash it with some baking soda, and then I use my salad spinner to dry all of the fruit. I usually let it sit in there for a little bit longer before I place a paper towel on the bottom of the airtight container, and that helps absorb any moisture that's on the fruit still left over, and that just keeps the fruit or produce fresher for longer. I've been getting a lot of my recipes from TikTok lately. I'm going to share the video, the original, because I don't want to take credit for this, but I'll give the original TikTok video that has a full recipe linked in the description. But they're cheeseburger crunchers, so they're essentially like a Big Mac, I believe, but kind of made in a healthier way. So we use low carb wraps. It was just ground beef. Then I added in a string cheese, and then there was the secret sauce. So all of the details and exactly what's in the secret sauce and how all of that, all of the details for the recipe are in the description, but these were a huge hit. Mike loves cheeseburgers, and he loved this recipe. So this is one I definitely saved. And then this was a day that I wanted to get in my workout, and it was a cardio workout. So I love my cardio, but I've been liking strength training more, but I love my cardio days the most, so it was a cardio day. And when I plan out my workouts, sometimes they're first thing in the morning before everyone wakes up. Sometimes they're, in the afternoon. Sometimes they're towards the evening. It always will, I try to be flexible, but the one thing that I do is when I set my workout days, I just make for sure I get it in at some point during that day. So Tuesdays are typically my biggest cleaning days. Those are the days that I really go in, and if there's any true deep cleaning, the cleaning that actually takes the amount of time. I do a lot of filming on this day because I'm usually doing most of my cleaning. The girls are all in school, and the twins will come home in the afternoon, but they're pretty tired in the afternoon. They'll usually watch a movie and just kind of relax. So I feel like Tuesday is my day that I can kind of dedicate on and off most of the day to doing a lot of cleaning, a lot of filming. And I've noticed it's kind of also like a mindset. And this is where I think the key to being productive, at least for me, it all comes back to mindset. So when I plan out my week, in my head, I know that Tuesday is my big day. 9 times out of 10, I wake up on Tuesday feeling good, focused, determined, ready to get moving. And I don't feel that way any other day of the week. In fact, on Mondays, I often feel sluggish. And I swear, I think there is something, I do believe that your mind plays a huge role. And our minds are the ones who tell us to quit when we don't really want to or need to, or let's not do this. We kind of have that devil saying, oh, you don't need to clean, or you don't need to do that workout. So I find for me, mindset is so important. And so plan out your week, plan out your workouts. And I would be curious over time, when you get used to that new workout routine or cleaning routine or whatever, I would be curious that when you start planning it out, if you feel differently on certain days of the week, the days that you have a lot you need to get done, since you've planned it out, does your mind seem more ready for it? So I hope you guys will fill me in if you guys notice a change. But for me, mindset is so important, and that's where planning out my week on Sunday is key. So, I do have to fill you guys in on some of my allergy issues that have been going on. So I'll fill you in here in a minute, but I was just wiping down the upstairs hallway walls. I find that the upstairs hallways walls are some of the dirtiest walls in our home, other than like the back hallway, back by the garage, and that side door that goes out to our driveway. Those walls and like the corners of those walls, it's almost like, I think when the girls are running in and out from, the garage or the door, or they're like turning a corner, I just think that hallway probably gets access the most in the house, just since we're coming and going. So those walls, those corners specifically, often get dirty. But I think this long hallway, as the girls are, walking up down the hall, they'll put their hands on the wall. So I was using my wall cleaning mop and my Zep foaming wall cleaner. I will have both of those linked down below. Okay, so I think the last time I left you guys, I had said that I've been having more allergy symptoms within the past year. It used to be more just quote unquote seasonal allergies. It would be in the fall and the spring, occasionally in the summer when the pollen would kick up, but not too bad. And I noticed since we moved into this new house, the allergy symptoms are pretty much all year round. Very low key, but definitely for sure there. And so I spoke with my doctor, and she wanted me to have allergy testing. I still think it could be this. I think just being in a new build house, we have houses getting built all around us. I'm sure there's a lot getting kicked up from the dirt, all these building materials. I'm sure that has something to do with it. But I had allergy testing, and I tested positive, or the two things that I was allergic to were ironically dust mites. There were two different types of dust mites that I was specifically allergic to. And so I actually got the call from the nurse and not my doctor. The nurse calls you and says, oh, it's dust mites. And she was just like, make sure you're cleaning daily, vacuuming daily, washing your bed sheets weekly. And I just kind of chuckled inside. So I'm like, okay. So I knew I have to, end up talking to my doctor. I do think I want to have a little chat with her because I'm wondering if, so yes, I'm allergic to dust mites, and I looked it up, and 20 million Americans are allergic to dust mites. So it's not an unusual allergen. The issue here is I'm wondering is if I'm just exposing myself more so because I do cleaning all of the time versus like maybe my friends who go to an office most of the week, they're not vacuuming daily themselves. And so I'm just wondering if I'm kicking up the dust. I'm just physically being exposed since I'm doing cleaning all week long, essentially. And so it's just like I'm more exposed to it. Same thing with like an allergy to a specific food. If you're constantly exposing yourself to that food, you're going to have a reaction versus if you're not eating it or exposing yourself to it. I could be completely wrong. So right now, I'm just trying to manage the symptoms as much as I can. I did have a few other skin spots pop up, and so I'm using some cream, but if they do not go away, I'm going to go and actually talk to my doctor and kind of explain the correlation possibly between the dust mites and my allergies, because I had a spot pop up, like an eczema spot, allergic dermatitis spot pop up on my neck and then above my my lip. So I don't know. I think this is going to be something I'm going to keep watching. But if you guys have any, insight on this, feel free to share. So if you didn't know what I was talking about, I think what spurred a lot of this, the allergy testing, was not just my symptoms that I was having, but also because I woke up in January one morning and I had this at the time I didn't know what it was, but it ended up being allergic dermatitis on my eyelid. And that lasted 2 months, even though I was putting hydrocortisone cream on it. And so when I went to see my doctor, she could see that, and then that with my symptoms, she's like, okay, let's do the allergy testing. But like I said, since I've gotten the allergy testing results back, I've had 2 other spots on my face and my neck pop up. I'm not using any new products, nothing. So stay tuned, because I think this is going to be something that we'll still be looking into. I do use a Claritin daily, and I take a nasal spray, and I do a sinus rinse daily. So just throwing that out there. Okay, so this was going to be my lunch. This has kind of been my go-to lunch lately. I'm kind of in love. I love it, and it's just kind of easy to whip together. It's healthy. It fills me up, especially on days that I do a big workout, but this is my favorite. So just kind of toss together whatever I have on hand. I don't always have all of these ingredients on hand, but these would be ideal. So black beans, corn, that was ground chicken seasoned with taco seasoning, cilantro lime rice, pico de gallo, and then I'm going to add some avocado. So I know I talk a lot about protein and how important that is in your diet. If you do any research into nutrition or building muscle, protein to me has always been super important to me. I think partly because of my PCOS, but also just I know how important protein is. It always makes me feel full. It makes me feel stronger. And I find that I'm less likely to overeat or eat more sugar or things or more processed foods, things that aren't as good for me if I'm not getting as much protein in. So yes, protein is important, but something else I've really been trying to prioritize other than just protein is fiber. I've been reading a lot about how important fiber is for us. And if you're not getting as much fiber in your diet, then it can cause other issues, other problems. So I've been also trying to get as much fiber as I can. So protein and fiber for me have really been important.
Hey guys, back for more weekly cleaning. It is Wednesday night, and since about November, or Wednesday night, it has just been me and the twins. Mike and Avery are at basketball practice, so it's just me and them. We ate some dinner, relaxed a little bit, played a game. Now I got them set up downstairs. They're watching a movie, and I'm gonna do a little bit of cleaning. So I had planned on doing it earlier today, but I just ended up doing some stuff with the girls and some other stuff. We were running errands and all of that. So just doing some other things. So I still want to try to tackle my to-do list and what I have planned for today. So I don't have a lot. I want to do a little bit of meal prep, pack for the weekend, and then do a little bit of cleaning up. So you guys can join me for a little bit of Wednesday evening cleaning.
I really wanted to get it right, trying to find some balance in my life, but I never really put up a fight, didn't follow my dreams, and now I'm losing sleep. What if I lost touch? What if I'll never get it right? I try to follow my heart, but I lost it somehow. Wish that someone could say it'll all be okay. Just listen to me as I say. Slow it down, dreams still yours if you want it. Enjoy the ride, 'cause those ups and those downs is what makes it worth the while. You will make it in time. I never left a stone unturned.
So this evening I was just doing some cleaning, and then I'm going to do some breakfast meal prep. It was kind of a flop, kind of. It still worked out, but I don't think it worked out as good as the video that I had watched or the recipe that I was using. So sometimes the recipes don't always turn out. But talking about high point and low point to the week. So my low point would be these other spots that have popped up. Again, I'm not using any other products. I've not changed any product that I've been using, physically been using, like whether it's a product in my life or something that I've been putting on topically to my face or my neck. Nothing has changed. I haven't tried anything new. So that's where, and I do notice that the spots tend to look worse, like more like an eczema, when my allergy symptoms are worse. My like my runny nose, or if I'm sneezing, or the postnasal drip, like those classic respiratory allergy symptoms, when those seem to be worse, that's when I notice the spots. So I do believe that they are directly related to the allergies in the air. So the low point of my week is that I just have these spots on my face. And, you know, if it's like on different parts of your body, it's like, okay, it's fine, you can cover it up. But these spots, and because they're dry and flaky, it's really hard. Like, I can cover it up a little bit with makeup, but they're just on weird spots on my, I mean, the neck isn't horrible. That's kind of easier to conceal, but it's one that, like, right on the top of my lip is probably the worst because it looks like a sore or something. The one on my eye does also kind of get a little bit hidden because it's in the crease of my eye. So low point is just having these spots on my face, and it's like, I don't know if they're ever going to go away. I will get into the high point here in a minute, but when I'm done cleaning up, I'm going to make, well, I attempted to make breakfast sandwiches. I've said this a million times, but our family loves breakfast, breakfast sandwiches, breakfast burritos. Our girls all love eggs so much, which I love eggs too. We go through a lot of eggs in a week, but breakfast sandwiches, the girls love. So I stumbled across this recipe on TikTok, and it looked like kind of an interesting way to try to like switch it up or make it a little bit different. So the recipe had you taking cupcake liners or muffin liners, whatever you want to call them, and then you whisk up some eggs and you put it in the cupcake liners, and that's how you bake them. And then you will take them, and they're supposed to be like nice little egg patties essentially to assemble the sandwich. And then you can use like a fork to kind of pinch the sides, kind of like an Uncrustable, or I have my Uncrustable maker, and it did not turn out. You'll see here in a little bit. I mean, it still worked out in the sense that we were able to still eat the sandwiches, but I just don't think they turned out as well as it looked in the video. I will have the original video linked below. I think it would have worked out better if the cupcake liners were bigger, so it could be like a bigger sized egg. And I think the downfall might have been the sausage patties. I think I probably needed a smaller sausage patty. That would be my guess. But we were still able to salvage it, and still eat them. They just didn't turn out exactly how I had envisioned. So high point to my week is I've been really prioritizing sleep lately. And I say this because, I mean, we all know as adults that sleep is important. I've noticed, I mean, sleep has always been important to me. I've always been someone who needed their sleep. But as I've gone older, I find that I'm just so much of a better person. I'm so much of a happier person and more productive if I get the sleep that I need. And so that really starts at night. It starts at before you go to bed. It's the healthy sleep habits. It's creating a routine at night where it's easy to go to bed, and force yourself to go to bed early. So I've been setting alarms on my phone, like certain times, like, okay, get up, go do your nighttime skincare routine, brush your teeth, kind of like set little reminders to force myself to get out of bed, because I'll usually be watching TV or scrolling on my phone, to get out of bed and actually start the process. So those little reminders on my phone, those little alarms, have really kicked up my nighttime routine. I've been going to bed earlier and feeling so much better. But yeah, here you can see me assembling it, and I ended up putting like 2 little egg things, but it would have been better, I think. It would have been better if the sausage patty was a little bit smaller. I think that was the problem. It was kind of sticking outside of the buns, and that's why I wasn't able to pinch the sides to kind of like seal off the sandwich.
So if you have kids like mine who will not eat crust no matter what you do, even if I leave the crust on, they're taking it off, you can save it and then use it to make a breakfast casserole. So I'll either just do like a normal breakfast casserole, or I'll do a cinnamon roll breakfast casserole. So this is what we're gonna have this weekend. So I got my week planned out. I know what I'm doing for meals. So I'm kind of ready to go, feeling pretty good this Sunday. I'll show you what I got. We have a busy next weekend coming up with the softball tournament and a soccer game. Mike has a busy week with work, and then we actually have some extra stuff throughout this week. So it's kind of a busy week. So I was in my head, I had, you know, like easy, quick, fast snacks or types of lunches that we can whip up. And then I'll be making dinner a good amount this week. So that was kind of the plan when I was making this grocery list. All right, so let's start with the kids' bars. Pretty much a staple every time we go to the store. I did pick up these protein bars for Avery specifically with their softball tournament next week, and I thought it would be good to kind of have on hand, honestly. Even for me, just thought that would be good to keep on hand. Some fruit and grain soft baked bars. So I have 2 different flavors. The kids haven't had these in a while. They do like them. And if your kids are anything like mine, my kids tend to go in cycles. So they'll like a specific type of bar or a snack and they'll want it all of the time. And then they get tired of it and they want something different. So we're kind of at that point. We're kind of switching it up, going back to some bars and snacks that we do love that we just haven't had in a while. So the soft baked bars and then these kids fruit and grain soft bake mini bars. So we got those. We've had those before, haven't had them in a while. So thought it was time. Some sausage patties. I'm going to be doing some meal prepping this week, breakfast meal prep. So I got it for those. Chocolate covered almonds. I love these, but I also got them for the girls, the twins. I'm going to be making a snack board for Avery's softball tournament. So I got those. These are like if you're just craving something sweet, you know, like throughout the day, you're like, oh, I just want a handful of something. I've been eating something similar to that. Wheat thins, that'll be part of the snack board this week for the softball tournament. Fruit snacks, buffalo chicken mac and cheese bites. I got these for Mike. We've had, I forget if it was this kind or if it was just the regular mac and cheese bites. They were really, really good. And like I said, he has a busy week at work this week. And so when I know he's a little bit extra busy, what I try to do is throw some stuff in that he can just air fry, microwave, or pop, you know, like make a quick lunch during the week. So I got these mac and cheese bites. Again, I've actually been substituting ground chicken for ground beef in a lot of recipes for me. Now, Mike doesn't prefer ground beef all the way. I prefer chicken. I've always loved chicken more than beef. So I've been making chicken tacos using ground chicken. I've made it with like a turkey, a variety of things. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm sacrificing on taste at all. I prefer the chicken. So I'm going to be making some taco bowls this week that I will share the recipe with you guys. So got 1 pound for that. Bread, Danimal yogurt smoothies, breadcrumbs for a recipe I'm making. Same thing with the crescent rolls. Another recipe this week, black beans. This is all for recipes this week. Some pico for the taco bowls. Just makes my life easier that I don't have to chop all that stuff up. So I love pico. I actually prefer pico over salsa. Berries. The girls are on a big strawberry kick, you know, of course, when we're out of season. Strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, all the berries. Southwest chopped salad kit. These are great if you want to eat healthy, but you feel like you don't know where to start, or maybe you're lazy and you don't like meal prepping, or you don't want to make meals. If that's your downfall, get salad kits. I'm telling you, they make things so much easier. And sometimes even I'll keep these on hand and I'll add some of the cabbage and all of that to a wrap, and it just adds a little bit of crunch and it makes a big difference. So I can't say enough good things about salad kits. Mini cucumbers, pretzel sticks, chicken, pretty standard stuff, cheese sticks, granola. So we've never had this protein granola before, and the girls have been on a big granola and yogurt kick, but I'm always looking at the amount of sugar, and granola typically has a lot of sugar, so I did get this because it has a decent amount of sugar in it, but I was impressed with the 10 grams of protein. So, and the girls really, really like the oats and honey in general, so that flavoring. So just thought I would get that. Some vanilla Greek yogurt. I really like this. I've been eating this with a smoothie every morning or with a protein shake. Egg whites, this is for a recipe that we've been making a lot lately. And actually, a breakfast recipe that we've been making a lot lately that maybe I'll share here in an upcoming video. Corn chips for a recipe, popcorn. I pretty much eat those every single week in some variety. So lots of eggs, and then limes, onions, avocados, potatoes, your standard. Good little trip to Aldi. Love Aldi. I go to Aldi as much as I should. We pretty much stick with Walmart, Thrive Market, Costco. Sometimes we'll go to Kroger, but it's just more expensive. So yeah, this is what we got for this week.